thank you, Ms. Hajar, for your valuable speech. Now we are connecting to UK. I would like to invite dear Soumaya Hamdi, the founder of Halal Travel Guide. Ms. Soumaya Hamdi is the director and the founder of Halal Travel Guide, a travel company that connects people through immersive travel experiences. Based in London, Soumaya founded Halal Travel Guide in 2015, and Halal Travel Guide began offering boutique experiences to Bosnia in 2018, adding Uzbekistan in 2019, and now Cappadocia in 2020. Soumaya is now working on producing the first report into British Muslim travel preferences, with a special focus on millennials, Generation Z, and the influence of Muslim women in decision-making. Welcome, Soumaya. It's glad to see you here. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you very much for that kind introduction. And I'd like to extend my thanks to the organizing committee and everybody who's helped make this event possible, especially to our district direct. And a huge thank you to everyone who's joining us at the venue, and also everyone at home who's tuning in. Maybe you can give me like a virtual wave or something, just so I know that you're still listening. So thank you very much. And a special thanks to our dear Sajda Abla. I promise you, I will do my best to stick within my time frame. So inshallah, we'll run on time. Okay, bismillah. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. Oh, okay. I guess you guys are going to share my PowerPoint. I can't share my screen. Is it going up?
Yes, please, you can share. You are a co-host now.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
It would not be Zoom if we didn't have a couple of technical issues. So bismillah. Let's see. All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. So today, as you know from the title, I'm here to talk to you about why the Muslim travel market, the halal travel market, can and should be a force for good. It's really nice that we've been able to hear about the progress that's taken place in halal tourism over the last few years, with the growth in the provision of services and that sort of thing. So I'm not going to talk on that. I'm going to talk about a bit more about the vision of halal tourism for us here at Halal Travel Guide. So just a little bit about what we do. I'm not going to, in fact, let me minimize this because I feel like you guys can see that too. I'm not going to tell you about what you can see on the screen already because you can read it for yourself. But essentially, our vision here at Halal Travel Guide is to facilitate the reconnection of Muslim communities through travel. And the reason why we're focusing on this is because we truly believe that halal tourism and the halal economy overall can be a force for good. It's within the framework of Islam. It's within the framework of everything that halal stands for. Because we know that there are technical things like halal food and, kind of standards and this kind of thing. But overall, it's about bringing the ummah together and bringing people together to enjoy what Allah has made halal for us in a way that benefits communities. So why is this relevant? Well, this year we've had the experience of the COVID pandemic. It's resulted in a lot of people spending more time at home and thinking more about what it is that matters. We're seeing consumers are more concerned about the decisions they're making, whether it's the products they're buying, whether it's the services they're using. And this isn't just a trend. And I think actually I will be echoing what Yvonne said earlier in the halal food segment, what Dr. Barbara said earlier, when we're looking at this rise in being able to utilize halal as something that can be a force for good. And we've seen over the last decade or so, in fact, 2 decades, the rise in corporate social responsibility, right? That companies, international brands in the global market want to be able to show that they are doing good, that they support a charity, that they have set up a fund to plant trees or to help orphans and so on. And the reason why this is taking place is because in the current design of the global market, doing things for the goodness of communities actually is not on feature. Now, why is any of this relevant to halal tourism? Well, it's because the halal economy and halal tourism already have the framework built within them to be a force for good. So we believe here at Halal Travel Guide that responsible business and the halal economy go hand in hand. And I'll give you an example. Imam Abu Hanifa. There's an occasion where he went into the market and he wanted to buy a dress from a woman who was selling dresses, and she gave him a price that was actually a fifth of its value, and he refused to buy it until she offered the price at 5 times her original price. Meaning what? He wanted to buy at the value that it was actually worth, so that he would not cause unnecessary harm to her, so that he would be able to support her without just looking at his own interest of being able to get a bargain. Likewise, we know an occasion where he was selling dresses, and after he had made the profit that he needed to, he sold a dress to a woman who was not very rich, did not have much money, at a fraction of its value, so that she would be able to afford it, because he had already made the profit he needed to, and she would not otherwise be able to make that purchase. And it's the idea that Islam already provides the framework that we need to conduct business in a responsible way. And that's not something that we see in the global economy at all. So we really have a huge advantage to be able to bring something not just to the halal economy, but also to the global economy. So we know already that millennials, Gen Z, they're becoming more concerned about the products they buy, and they want to see that companies are taking this seriously, and that there are not just token acts of interest, but that it forms a holistic part of their vision. So I'm not going to go into the halal economy too much. I'm going to stick to what I know, which is halal tourism. So why is it important then to kind of focus on the youth Muslim travel market? We already know that they're worth a lot of money, 300 billion by 2026, and there's 60% of the global Muslim population are under the age of 30. So we're seeing the largest segment of the Muslim travel market are concerned about responsible business, and they want to see the economy and the halal economy taking this seriously. And while we've had huge leaps and strides in halal tourism, I think we still have a long way to go in terms of really focusing a bit more on how we can travel responsibly, but also share a framework in practice. And that's why at Halal Travel Guide, what we focus on more is bringing communities together and connecting communities with locals. So when we run trips, we run it with local hosts, so that it's the local who directs us and guides us into experiences that we should take our guests on, and things that will benefit them, but also take us away from experiences that might be harmful to the local environment. But one of the key things that I haven't touched on yet is actually building that connection with our heritage as Muslims. Because one of the beauties of being a Muslim, of course, is that no matter where you go, whether you go to Ghana, whether you go to Uzbekistan, Sri Lanka, you are able to build a connection immediately with a local Muslim by virtue of your shared faith. Now, back in 2018, I came to World Halal Summit, and I shared these findings. And if you look at the bottom statistic, you'll see it says 96% agree with the statement that discovering Islamic heritage through travel is inspiring. So we did a survey specifically with reference to Dirilish Ertuğrul. I'm sure some of you may remember if you saw it 2 years ago, where we basically identified that the rise in popularity of Ertuğrul, the rise in popularity of the stories of Ertuğrul, of this powerful figure who is proud of being Muslim and makes people proud of being Muslim, would provide an opportunity for Turkey to tap into a new tourism opportunity. And it gave Turkey the chance to build on this notion of Islamic heritage as being a way to draw more Muslims, more of the Muslim travel market to their destinations. Now, 1 year later, 2019, the statistics came through, and it showed that over the last couple of years, as a result of Dirilish Ertuğrul, people were visiting Sogut so much more than they had ever seen. And I think they quoted like a taxi driver and a local museum curator who both said that they were seeing something like 5 times the number of tourists. But there had not been any investment or any focus by the local tourism board on this opportunity. So we're missing opportunities here. This is something that, had there been more hotels built, had there been more services made available, people would be able to stay longer and to have a longer stay. So today I'd like to share with you a new framework for being able to develop halal tourism products, with this notion that we are building a holistic framework of halal tourism. So it is about having the essentials of halal food, having the essentials of prayer facilities and so on. But there's so much more that we can do. And if we're maybe a bit more ambitious, I think, we'll find that we're able to build halal tourism products that are not only useful to Muslims, but are beneficial for the travel market as a whole. Like I said already, we're seeing this wave, this rising interest in sustainability, in responsible consumerism. Halal tourism already provides the framework for that. So we've got the four, I'm not going to read it out to you because you can see it, but we've got faith, community, sustainable, and digital. These are all key elements of being able to develop new halal tourism products. I'll give you an example. Uzbekistan is now like a rising star maybe in halal tourism. And there's a huge opportunity there to build new halal tourism products that will be of benefit to the local community and to the traveler. So it won't just be about how can we build a package that makes people come. We'll make the price as low as we can to encourage more tourists. And that's that, because we already have seen in places like Spain, in places like on the Aegean coast of Turkey, that this doesn't actually benefit the local economy that much. It doesn't encourage the preservation of heritage, and it doesn't build those connections that encourage people to come back and to come again and to tell these stories to their friends and to their family. So if we're able to incorporate stories like the story of Al-Biruni and Ibn Sina in Uzbekistan, these two heavy Islamic thinking and kind of studies and this kind of thing, if we're able to share these stories that Muslims don't know, because they have a heritage in Uzbekistan, in places like Andalusia, in places like Turkey, that they just don't know about, because we don't know our heritage, we don't know our stories. So if we're able, through really powerful storytelling, to bring to life this heritage that we have all over the world, especially in OIC countries where we have established Muslim communities, what we'll find is that halal tourism really can be a force for good, because it will be bringing people together, bringing Muslims together, building those connections, supporting local economies, and doing this all in a way that is sustainable, that is responsible, and that is within the framework of the Islamic economy. And that brings me to my last slide.
You have 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'm wrapping
up. Thank you.
So hopefully you found something useful from this. I hope that we've been able to share our vision with you. If you want to get in touch, get in touch with our contact details there. Thank you again for having me. It's an honor to be here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Soumaya, for your presence here.